Hey crew, welcome back to the Nate the Great YouTube channel. Back at home base tonight. This is day 6 of my sugar fasting journey. I got some awesome news for everybody. I weighed in at a new low tonight. Or this morning, excuse me. So here up on the screen, I weighed in at, you'll see, at 204, a little bit over 204, but man, I'm excited. I've never been so close to under 200. I'm just really excited about everything. The Wonderland is within reach. I'm just laser focused at this point. So, to recap, in these last 6 days of sugar fasting protocol, I've lost 10 pounds. Okay, so again, I'm not really focused on the weight, but it's just a byproduct of the process. I just really wanted to put that out there, and I have no intentions of stopping right now. So now I need to keep reiterating that the adherence and the process is really where my mindset is on the sugar fast, and still not chasing any calorie counts. So even though you may be seeing some lower numbers, I'm just not focused on that. I'm capturing everything for data analytic purposes, but not necessarily for any kind of target. Okay, so I'm listening to my body. I'm eating whatever I want, and I feel like I have endless energy. I did a lot of things today. I did some yard work. I went to the gym with my wife again, and I felt really amazing. We closed out a whole cool mesocycle, which was an 8-week program, and we really hit we really knocked it out of the park there. So again, you can also see my step count. If you go back to my older videos, in the description, I post my step count. I'm just naturally moving more. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at, right? I'm taking full advantage of this sugar fasting journey. So on the sugar fasting protocol, what am I not eating? And I think this is really important to point out. So let's be clear. I'm not eating any starches right now. I'm not eating any fats, and I'm not eating any proteins, except for, of course, the trace proteins and fats that are in fruits. It's, you know, minimal at best, okay? What am I eating? It's pretty straightforward. I'm eating fruits, wet fruits. I'm eating a little bit of candy, and I'm eating fruit juice, or I'm drinking fruit juices, and that's it. It doesn't have it have to be more complicated than that. I like to follow the KISS method, right? Keep it simple, stupid, and it just works for me. So let's get on to the update. Today, I wanted to discuss a few misconceptions I've heard about sugar fasting and help dispense them as much as I can. And it really this is for me just as much as for you. And this is where when I see something online and somebody's making a statement, I go and try to find what the relevant data is and see if it's really just their opinion, or is it, if there's something to it. So the first misconception I wanted to kind of touch base on was the whole sugar word, right? So usually, let's do a thought experiment. If you ask anybody to close their eyes, and the first word and the first thought that come to their mind when you say sugar, what do you think the majority of the time that they are giving you, right? Usually you're going to hear ice cream, or you're going to hear donuts, right? And so let's address why this is incorrect. Now, first, most ice creams and donuts have a lot of sugar. Uh, of course, unless of course you're talking about the chemically altered ones that use sugar alcohols and try to replicate sugar, but don't actually have any sugar in them. But guess what? Most of these things also have a lot of fats. So there's a YouTube channel called Suprahuman Ripped Grandpa. It's a long title. I've been subscribed for him for many years, and he goes really into detail in one of his latest videos about this misconception, and he gets into really the science behind it, and he really discusses it well. I'd really recommend that you go check out that. He has a great way of presenting the data. It's top notch, and he really does a great job breaking down this much better than I can, and helps dispel this misconception in a more detailed way. So that's my first misconception about sugar. Second misconception, all right? Oh no, you're going to lose muscle while you're on the sugar fasting protocol. Now, this one's a little bit more complicated, but based on my experience, this isn't the case, aside from the muscle that you're never going to lose just from losing overall weight. That's going to happen, right? And I was started at 335 pounds. So, when I was 335 pounds, I could squat 300 pounds. Now at close to 200 pounds, I can I can do 225 or maybe a little bit more, but that's it, right? So inevitably my muscle has deteriorated just based on my overall weight loss experience. That being said, okay, because I'm eating a lot of sugar, that keeps my glycogen storages full throughout the day and night. So it makes me feel stronger. And indeed, when I'm in the gym, again, I've had 2 gym sessions now, it allows me to lift heavier and feel stronger. In fact, I've lifted weights. My wife and I, again, we've lifted weights twice now during this sugar fasting protocol, and I've hit 5 PRs. Okay, on exercises that I had been stalled out on the carnivore diet for months and months and months. I looked at all the data and I was like, yeah, I'm either stalled or I'm going backwards, because when I would get in the gym and I'd be fasted for a day or two, you just don't have the same capacity. And yeah, sure, you can throw up a couple of weights, but then within a couple reps, you're just fatigued and your form starts to go. On the sugar diet, that just isn't the case for me. So again, hit 5 PRs in the last 2 exercise sessions. I can't really describe that more than just there's the evidence, right? Now, I will submit that if you don't consume protein, there's probably a high probability that I'm not going to grow my muscles as well. Now, again, that's not my goal right now. My goal is to lose some fat and to try and maintain my muscle mass. So these are the 2 misconceptions I just wanted to talk about. They really kind of, when people are throwing those out there, they're kind of, sometimes they're just scare tactics to get you to not consider different options, different tools in the tool belt that you can maybe procure. So anyway, sugar fasting crew, I just wanted to talk a little bit about these misconceptions because it's important to give people the facts as they can make their own informed decisions. I think that's really empowering, is you can go out there, you can understand the mechanics, the biomechanics, and the facts behind these things, and then make your own informed decision when it comes to how you want to solve your health issues, whatever they may be. So anyways, I want to keep this update short today. I'm so close to Wonderland, even though I'm not focused on the weight, like I said. It's hard to ignore at this point, so we'll see if we get across the finish line here in the next few days or so. If the trends continue, I foresee that happening sooner rather than later. So anyways, hope everybody's having a nice night. Hope everybody had a nice sugar fasting day, and we'll see everybody in the next one. Take care, everybody.